Very good morning, students. This is Amit Singh, lecturer in Commerce, Pragati Mahavidyalaya Degree College. In the earlier class, in the subject auditing, we have gone through the meaning of auditing and we have also gone through what are the different objectives of auditing. Now here in this class, we will go through the advantages of auditing. In other words, you can call them the points which are telling us what is the importance of auditing. Therefore, we will go through what are the advantages. But before getting into the advantages part, let me remind you, in the earlier class we have gone through the objectives of auditing. Objectives were basically two: the primary objective, the secondary objective. In primary objective, we have seen that in order to know the true and fair view of the accounting, we have gone through the auditing process. And the second part is secondary objective, wherein the secondary objective was further divided into two parts. One was the detection and prevention of errors. The second one was detection and prevention of frauds. Now, what are the advantages of auditing? We will go through one by one. Now, these advantages we have divided in terms of who is using these audited accounts. There are a number of parties. When you talk about a joint stock company, there are a number of parties who use the audited accounts for different purposes. We will see who are those parties and what is the benefit of audited accounts to those parties. The first such set of people are the owners of the business. Now, normally, when you talk about a joint stock company, the shareholders are the owners of the business. Now, they are very much concerned about the functioning of the organization. They are concerned about the functioning because their money is involved in this particular company. And please remember, when you talk about a joint stock company and shareholders investing money in that company, the shareholders may not be coming and need not come every day to the organization. Moreover, they might be in different parts of the country and different parts of the world. In such case, how do I know whether the money that I have invested in that company is safe or not? For that purpose, the audited accounts will tell me that an external auditor has audited the accounts and the company is getting profits or losses. Based on the audited accounts prepared every year and submitted every year in the annual general meeting, I can take a decision. The decision can be to continue with the organization or to withdraw money from the organization. Therefore, owners, that is the shareholders who are unable to come to the organization every day, will be able to find out whether things are going properly or not in the organization. The only source of doing that is audited accounts. So, for the owners of the business, audited accounts are very, very important. Point number two, the second set of people are the people who are managing the organization. Now, when you talk about management of the organization, these are the people who come every day and who are responsible for managing the activities in the organization. Now, these people should know that everything is going on properly in the organization for different purposes. For example, the first thing is detection of errors and frauds. Now, when the management would like to know whether the accountants are working properly or not, whether the accountants are getting involved in frauds, whether the accountants are committing any errors, to find out these errors and frauds, management should have an expert, an independent person who will tell them with the help of audited accounts whether the accounts prepared by the accountant are correct or not. Therefore, for the management, the audited accounts will have a vigil, a check on the staff, wherein the staff, the accountants will know that whatever accounts I am preparing today, those will be verified by the auditor tomorrow, and the auditor will find out if there is any error or fraud which I commit. Therefore, audited accounts for the management will help in keeping a vigil on the staff wherein they will be working properly. Point number two, for insurance claims, Now, things should not go wrong. But when things go wrong, when there is a theft in the organization, when there is a fire in the organization, and you would like to claim insurance for that fire and theft, then you need to have proper audited accounts. When you want to submit the accounts to the insurance company will not accept any account which is not audited. So when your accounts are not audited, when you have a damage in your organization, you will not be able to claim for that particular money. Therefore, if you want to get your insurance claim, you should have proper audited accounts available with you. And apart from the last point is, when management would like to take decisions, they would like to take decisions regarding whether they are in a position to start a new company, they are in a position to expand their company, they are in a position to get into a new product. All these decisions when the company management would like to take, they would base that decision based on the audited accounts. Comparisons can be done, wherein they can compare what happened in the organization last year, what is happening in this year. Therefore, they will be able to compare and take proper decisions. That is possible only with the help of audited accounts, because audited accounts will give a true and fair view about the financial position of the organization. So the first set of people were the owners of the business, then the management of the business, and the third set of people are the creditors. Any organization, you might be the biggest industrial house in the country, but still without proper finance, without proper credit facility from financial institutions, you will not be able to run your organization. And when you go to a bank, when you go to a financial institution, when you ask them for loan, that fellow will give you loan only on the basis of the audited accounts that you present before them. If your audited accounts are giving a good picture, then the creditor will be interested in giving you the loan. But if you do not present audited accounts, then the credit facility from financial institutions becomes a problem. So if you want good credit facility, you should have proper audited accounts. Then the fourth set of people are the government bodies. The most important government body who is worried about your money and the profit and loss is the tax authorities. When you would like to pay the taxes which are concerned with your company, you should prepare your audited accounts. Only on that basis, the tax authorities will decide what tax you are supposed to pay. So the tax liability is dependent on the audited accounts. But if you do not audit your accounts, payment of taxes become a problem, and if you don't follow the rule of the land, then your existence will become difficult in the country. Apart from this, majority of the times what happens is there are litigations, court-related litigations which the organizations get into. People file cases against the company. But when you want to prove yourself as not guilty, then you should have some proof, and in majority of the cases, the audited accounts act as a proof in the court of law, wherein the court will go through and find out whether you are really guilty or not. So sometimes it will act as the proof that you are not guilty. So these are the four set of people: the owners, the management, the creditors, and the government related bodies who are interested in your audited accounts so that they have some benefits out of it. Now these are the points which are telling us the importance, and you can call them the advantages also. But when you talk about limitations of audit, please remember, as it is, audit does not have any limitations. But the limitations are human related limitations, wherein the auditing is done by a human being called auditor. Auditor is not a machine. When the auditor is doing auditing process, he has to depend upon the books, he has to depend upon the explanations given by the officials in the organization, and when he is not an expert in some areas, he will have to depend upon the advice and the suggestions given by the experts of that area. Therefore, when the auditor is doing the auditing work based on few suggestions, discussions, and the answers given by people, he may be 100% right, he may not be 100% right. Therefore, the human error touch is always there when you talk about auditing. Now it is a different issue that if the auditor is not is sincere, is not honest, and if he gets involved into all fraudulent kind of activities, then the auditing process will never be right. So the auditor who is doing the auditing job is the most important part of any auditing process. If the auditor does his job properly, there are no limitations of audit as such. But one important point that we should understand, that we should remember, is auditing is a post-mortem. Like a human body dies, and after the death of the human being, the doctors will conduct a post-mortem and find out why did this fellow die. In the same way, auditing is done after the completion of a financial year. Now, when you do it after a financial year, you will only be able to find out what are the mistakes that have happened in the earlier year, but what can you do about it now is much less. Therefore, there is a concept called continuous audit, where the auditing is done continuously throughout the year to avoid this problem of post-mortem of accounting process. Therefore, as such, when you talk about, there are no limitations of auditing, but when the auditor does not do the auditing process properly, then auditing cannot be a complete and a accurate process. So these are the points which are telling us what are the advantages and the limitations of auditing. I hope the points were clear. Thank you.